Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be a bit of a longer video because I'm finally doing my houseplant tour. I've talked about doing a houseplant tour a couple times and I just, your home is never finished and I just kept waiting for it to be finished and that's not going to happen. So today we're going to do a houseplant tour. I did not clean, I tidied up and made the bed, but I did not clean, so you're going to have to excuse what clutter and dirt we've got going on here, but yeah. Let's do a houseplant tour. So I want to start in the entryway of my home, kind of. You'll have to excuse the shoes, but this is a bunch of dried eucalyptus. It's not a live plant, so I don't know if it really counts. But this is my dried eucalyptus. It makes my house smell nice, and it's just in a little, like, wood vase. In here, this is my gecko, but all of those plants are fake, so we don't have to go there. Right here, on my, like, let me see if I can get a better shot. My, like, little entry table, I've got these two, the snake plant and my Satin Pathos. This plant is probably my healthiest Satin Pathos right now. I've got a lot of cuttings from him. But yeah. And then this snake plant, I'm probably going to combine it with another one that I've got that's similar and replace it with something. But for now, he is there. Down here I've got, geez, I believe it's a Calathea. Yeah, I don't have a tag for it, but it's doing amazing right here. So there's no, like, lighting. This is just my hallway. But right here is one of the only spots I found to put it where it doesn't get, like, a super cold breeze from my AC, because my AC is super powerful. And it just, like, put out so many leaves yesterday. It didn't look this full yesterday. I had a whole bunch of, like, these curled up ones. And then today I just poked them all out, and that's so exciting. Let me know what kind of plant this is. So it looks kind of like almost variegated or something. And I'm not sure where I got it. I can't remember. But yeah. And then the final two plants in my hallway are my giant peace lily, which if you saw my repotting, this is her. Or one of her. It might have been the other one that I repotted. I can't remember. But she's just in the hallway living her best life. I just finally trimmed off the flower because it got kind of brown. Then down here I've got what I believe to be another kind of Calathea. I'm not super familiar with Calathea. I know that they're finicky. But yeah, I thought this one was cool. My boyfriend really likes it. Let me know in the comments what it is. It's kind of got, like, I don't know if you can see it. These, like, I don't know, little drawing spots. But yeah, so that's my hallway. Next we'll go into the bedroom, which I kind of cleaned up for you guys. But when you walk in, sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. I've got this guy who has grown like a foot since we moved here. All of this new growth inside, and there's actually two of them, and I've got them in this like cash pot. It's gold. I got it from Target, I believe. Then we move next to the bed, and I'm gonna make you view the bed because I don't want you to show you some of the mess over here. But I've got my ZZ, and he probably gets more light than he wants over here, but there's not too many places in my apartment that don't get bright light, or at least in like super indirect bright light, because we've got such huge windows. But he's one of the few plants my boyfriend puts up with in his space, because this is my boyfriend's side of the bed. Yeah, he's doing really well. I could probably try and find him a lower light spot, but he's good there for now. Then at the end of the bed this is probably the peace lily in my massive repotting video. She is actually for sale locally by me. I've just got her up on Facebook. I've got some alocasia coming in that I want to put here instead, and since I've got two of them, I decided to get rid of this one. She's just in like a white pot I got when I lived in North Carolina. Then above her, let's see if we can get a good shot. On the shelf, I've got Pothos and Philodendron, a neon and Brazil Philodendron, and then a pearls and jade Pathos. The goal up here is to have them trail down the wall. Let's see if I can get a better shot. I want it to kind of trail down the wall and that painting won't be there. But I think that'll be really cool. And they get really bright indirect light from a south-facing window. Then if we come over here, Hi, I've got quite a few plants. I've got this Arrowhead. Now it's labeled to be a white butterfly, but it kind of looks like a painted arrowhead, so I'm not really sure. But I've got it in this pot, which originally I thought was just a cash pot. And then when I kept the plant in its plastic pot and watered it one time, water just started pouring out the bottom. So we've potted her in this fully. But next to it I've got this Pelea. It's my first Pelea, so hopefully I'm doing it right. You guys can let me know. Yeah, you guys can just let me know. I don't know, it looks good. It came in this like cute little thing. Then behind these two, I've got my Dracaena Margarita, I believe. It came in kind of rough shape. If you guys watched my Taylor greenhouse unboxing, this is her. She just sprouted out a bunch of little leaves, and it's starting to look, if I can get a shot, starting to look really full right here on this end, and seems to really like the spot, so I just haven't moved her. I just placed the Pelea in front. There's a mirror here, so the light kind of bounces around. Next over here is my Dracaena, oh shoot, Tiny Pink and White. So, I don't know, this one has gotten so big, and it started almost trailing. So I'm really excited. I have to water her a lot though in this little terracotta pot. Then next to it, again, another Taylor greenhouse. Oh shoot. It's hard to get light in here for you to see it. But it's an Alternantheria Curie's green and white fight. And I have no idea like what it is really. But it seems to be doing good. It's got like yellow or off-white variegations. Variegated. I don't know. Some of the variegation is yellow and some of it's white, so I don't really know. But I think it looks really cool. Then if we come over to the window, you'll see just a whole bunch of like Pothos cuttings that I've recently propagated into the soil. And these are, if you can see them, these are up for sale. They're just little trimmings of my golden Pothos that has gone pretty green, but like some of them are starting to re-golden, so that's really exciting. They're in a south-facing window for now, and they aren't burning or anything, so they're here for now because it's where they fit. And then I've got a whole bunch of other like succulents and cacti that I am selling. I just don't have space for them, and I've just got way too many. I don't need them all. Yeah, so if you guys want any of these, you guys can take a look on the website linked in the description. They're for sale up there. Then lastly in this room are these two babies. Got my Ponytail Palm, which has been next to my bed since I got it, like, I don't know, a year ago. But I've got it in this cute little basket from Target. And then I've got this little snake plant. It's just a little baby that I planted a while back and decided it would look cute next to the bed in this cute little like white pot next to my ceramic elephant. But yeah, he's just cute and little. I'm not sure if he's a dwarf or a full. I'm just waiting to see. But yeah, so that's the bedroom. Next we enter the living room. We'll just kind of scan the outside of the room. But down here I've got a couple snake plants. I believe they're dwarf snake plants, but I'm not super sure. And this little tiny Christmas tree, which you saw in my massive repotting video, in this basket. This basket was next to my bed, but I moved it. But yeah, I'm trying to get rid of these snake plants because I've got so darn many I don't need them all. And I actually prefer the fuller version of snake plants to the dwarfs. And I didn't realize there was a difference when I bought all these about a year ago. So now I'm just trying to get rid of the dwarfs and replace them with full size. Let me know, this one I'm not super sure if it's dwarf or not. Let me know if you guys know. But it's poking out a little pup, and that's exciting. Next to it is this tree. I'm not entirely sure what the tree is, and I'm gonna have to move it soon because it's starting to block the thermostat. But it's growing really fast here, so it really likes light. And I'm not entirely sure what it is. I probably got it at Lowe's. Next to it is, I believe this is a Bonnie spider plant, variegated. Yeah, she's just next to my TV, and she's growing like wildfire. I mean, most of my plants are in this new apartment, but poking out babies left and right. I've already chopped a few of them off. Next to it is, I believe this is a Polka Dot Plant, but I'm not super sure. I've got it sat here, and it's like doing fine. I forgot to water it once, so it lost a bunch of its under foliage. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it is. Let me know in the comments. Then if we go to the other side of the TV, give you a wide shot of what I got going on over here. But I've got this, I believe it's a Peperomia. Let me double check. Yeah, Peperomia Obtrusive. So this is the baby rubber plant. This is actually two plants that I potted together, and they seem to be doing way better, actually. You can see all these little growths coming in up top. Next to it is another snake plant that I plan on getting rid of and replacing with a taller snake plant or something, because I didn't realize it was a dwarf, but it's on this cute white pot. And I was just hoping for something a little taller right here. And then if you go down, I've got my Fittonia, my nerve plant. Right now it's kind of like laying down. I had it rotated around and it just started like laying down. It's freshly watered, it's fine and healthy, but I think the sun is like pulling it kind of weird, so I rotated it, and we'll see if it starts looking less weird. But it's in this cute little Target basket, which apparently I haven't taken the tag off of yet. Then back here, we'll get a wider view. I've got this, I believe it's a mass cane. I got it Lowe's in North Carolina when I lived there, and it's grown like all that up since, I don't know, like the past 12 months probably. And it came planted with this, I believe it's just a marble or queen. I'm not sure what kind of Pathos it is, but I believe it's a marble, considering that these leaves, but it's never really been super marbled. It's always been pretty green. So I don't know, it's starting to marble more now. I mean, you can see like these leaves. This is my mother Pathos, but I actually plan on removing it from this pot and putting in something different, because I've just got so many of these plants, and I actually prefer the one above it hanging there. I think it looks a lot nicer up here. So I'm going to keep this as my mother plant, even though this is just a bunch of cuttings from this one. Then right here is my biggest arrowhead plant. I love, love, love arrowhead plants. My goal is to collect them all. This one, I believe, is a painted arrowhead, though it kind of looks like a white butterfly. So I'm not super sure. You can let me know in the comments. Leaves like this kind of make me think painted, but then it's leaves like this that make me think white butterfly. So I don't know. This is my parent plant. It's doing really good. If you can see inside, there's a whole bunch of little growths. And I've already done a bunch of cuttings in the past month off this guy, so we're doing real well. Then if we move to the window, these ones are going to be hard to see, but I've got this like tropical tree plant. If you get up close, as you can see, it's got like pink. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's growing really, really well here. So I'm just kind of leaving it. Like if you look up at the top, I don't know if you can see this with the lighting so bright, it's super pink. So this one's looking really good. Next to it is this cactus. Hopefully you can see it. I got it from just some guy in a bar. I was with my parents and they were talking to someone and mentioned houseplants, and he was like, oh, I've got this cactus, do you want it? So I paid, I think, I gave him like 10 bucks for this cactus. It's really beat up. It's apparently the top half of a cactus that he just like placed back in some soil, and it was living outside in Michigan, which like I don't know how it survived, but he seems to be doing fine. He hasn't grown or anything, hasn't died. Got a little damaged in travel, but I think he's cool. Next to him is this Peperomia. I've had this Peperomia for a long time, and it has always done really well. During travel, I'll pull it out over here a little bit. During travel, it got pretty beat up, lost a couple bits, which I've repotted in soil and letting grow, but it kind of turned brown on some of the leaves during the move. Can you see that? But, and I don't know why, but it's still like growing. It's still got these little leaves. And I've always had it in like a really bright window. So I put him here, and I'm just hoping that we'll continue thriving. This is the only tall branch that survived the move, so I kept it. And I just hope these shorter guys, I mean, you can kind of see here, they're already like, well, can you see? I don't know, right here is where one of the branches broke off, and he's already growing up. So we're doing pretty good. Next, we're gonna go past the couch. Next to it over here, we've got, so I got this plant from Lowe's, and it was labeled pink variegated peace lily, but I've found that it looks kind of like a Chinese evergreen as well, so I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, it's almost like flowering right now. It's got two of these. I don't know, it's doing really well right here because it's kind of blocked by stuff, so it gets kind of low to medium light, I'd say. Next to it in this cool stand is my, I believe it's a marble queen pothos. Not super sure because it's just so white, some of the leaves. This is actually two plants that I kind of put together, and this one was so white, and then the other plant, it's kind of more patchy, but yet it's just like this as well. So I believe this is a marble queen pothos. I just potted these two together. They were separate for a long time, but I potted them together last night, and I'm hoping that it'll trail down the pot. That's like goals. Next to it is my cylindrical snake plant. I'm trying to get him to not fall over a little bit, so he's tied up here at the top a little. But I believe he featured in my massive repotting video. He's pretty cool. I'm excited for him to fill out a little bit more. If you get down low, you can, it's growing a little bit. So that's exciting. Next we'll go behind the couch. I've got some cuttings from my dumb cane. Some of them are doing well, and some of them have dropped a couple leaves. I had them in a bright window, which was a mistake, and they kind of burnt up and dried out really quickly. But I mean, they're all popping out new leaves, so they're not dead. They're just like, here's one right here. They're just a little crispy. So, I mean, here's another one. So we're just hoping that they get a little better. They were first water propagated and then placed in soil. This is not the Mama Dumb cane. This is just one that I have. I'm probably going to get rid of her. She's just kind of in the way where she is. And dumb canes are pretty poisonous, so I'm looking into getting rid of them. Next to it is the Mama, and it's popping out a couple new leaves since I trimmed her up. I took out a whole bunch of stems down here, and already a whole bunch of these little guys are poking out where I trimmed up the stems. So as soon as those get big, I'll probably take them out and resell them or give them away or something, because again, they're pretty poisonous. And if we decide to get pets, then they'll be a little dangerous. Then we kind of go around the side. Down here is my oh shoot, why am I blanking? I know what this is. Pull it over here so you can see it a little better. But I got this at Home Depot. Oh, and I'm mad that I'm blinking. You guys know what it is, and if you don't, you can Google it. But he's pretty cool. He's just a little guy. Next to it is my regular one. I really don't know if you can see this because of the light. I'll get kind of close. He's just a regular one. He's pretty tall. I've got him held up, tied up to some poles to kind of get him doing well. Then underneath here, I've got just like a little palm. He's never really been like the healthiest palm, But he was doing really well here, so I just left him, even though it's like super intense light. But he's doing pretty good. He's coming back, so I'm just gonna leave him be here. And then if we get up and back up a little bit, I've got this giant palm. Again, it's doing pretty decent in this window. This little bit of brown was here before we moved here because he was near a heat vent. But all of the new leaves are doing really well, so I've just kind of left him here even though it's some pretty intense south light that he gets. We do kind of drop the blinds in the evening, so he's doing pretty decent. But yeah, that's my living room. Now I have turned around to my little dining area. I've got this massive philodendron just soaking up the sun and growing out like such huge new growths. Like this one's brand new. I don't even know when this popped up, yesterday maybe. He's just doing so good in this corner. So I've kind of left him to thrive. He doesn't require like a ton of watering, honestly. And then above on this shelf I've got a little piece of one of my snake plants doing really well. This leaf is new, I believe, or maybe it's this one. It only had 4 before. And then right here I've got a little eucalyptus wreath made by, on Etsy, I'll link her below, Wreaths by Julia. She made this for me, and it was on my door at the old apartment, but there's so much traffic at my current door. I'm right by the stairwell. I just know it'll get damaged if I put him out there. So he hangs off this shelf right here. Then if we go up, you can't really see it, but this is my, that's my Silvery Satin Pathos. You'll see, you've seen more of this one if you watched my last plant haul video. Then if we go under this fella, I've got a couple plants hiding out. I've got this one, this Ficus Elastica, again in my last plant haul video, and then that other Ficus Elastica hiding there. They get like really bright light here, but also are shaded by the Philodendron, and just by the way the windows are. So they like it down here. And if I move around underneath my table is this little growing bird of paradise. I believe it's an orange one. So he's under here getting his bright light, but I don't think he gets any direct light. This leaf right here is brand new. So he's doing pretty good. Then we'll go up on top of, this is wildflowers. So I believe I mentioned it in a couple of my past videos. We were going to adopt, we did adopt this little cat with some mental disorders and physical disabilities. She passed away. She didn't make it, so here's her little paw print and some wildflowers we planted in her honor. And those kind of sit on the dining table for now. I've got this little glass cutting vase propagating some snake plant that are kind of weird and droopy. I don't know what happened there. But I don't know if they're going to propagate successfully. I've never been able to successfully propagate a snake plant this way. So we're just trying. Some flowers my boyfriend's mom gave us, mom and grandma. They just kind of sit here because we don't really know where else to put them, and they look nice. Then if you go over here in our liquor basket, I've got my string of bananas. This is 2 plants put together, which I mentioned at the end of my last plant haul video if you saw it. And it's pretty long. I mean, I'd say like 3 feet long, so it's doing pretty well. Then we drop underneath, and I've got another snake plant I'm trying to get rid of. He just kind of fit well here. So that's where he lives. Then this, oh shoot, I can't remember what this is. Where's the tag? Anseti Morelli, I believe. But he's already dropped out 2 new leaves since I got him a couple weeks ago. I haven't mentioned him yet, but he's gonna be so cool and he's gonna get so big and I'm so excited. We wrap around over here and I've got this little Ledbury socialis that it was flowering, but the flowers have since gone away, and I got it in my tailored greenhouse unboxing. So he's doing pretty good. Next to it is this guy, not sure what he is, some sort of succulent or cacti, I believe. he was not doing too hot, and I finally repotted him. I mentioned that in my massive repotting video. Then if we turn around to the window, and hopefully you can see them all, but I've got my herb and veggie garden, and I planted these in videos, but look how amazing they're doing. I've had to repot some of them, reseed some of them, and some of them are, I mean, they're not super old, so they're still trying their darndest, but they're looking really good, and I'm so excited for this garden, and maybe I'll do an update video more in depth on those guys. Then right here I've got another bird of paradise, same as the other one, but he's over here instead. He's kind of leaning towards the light. We'll rotate him. Then over here I've got another, I believe this is a Passiflora, but this one is flowering so huge. He lost a little bit, which like a little branch off of him, which was also flowering. I put that guy in some soil that I keep moist next to my desk. We'll get to soon. Then up here, I've got this, what is it, like a snow cactus or something? He's pretty soft. He's really cool. I've had him for probably a year now. He just chills there. Does really well. I mean, you can see all the little bubbled growths up top, which started at my old apartment. It was below a window then. Next to it, I've got this cactus, which I won at a bridal shower, I believe it was. And he's got a whole slew of pups down here I don't even know what to do with. So I'm just letting him go here. He seems to be doing all right. Then if we go above the fridge, I've got some little fake guys right here that were given to me. Some cuttings that are for sale that I recently put in dirt. My aloe plant, he got a little bent. We dropped some stuff off the shelf on him on accident. And then just my regular spider. He's kind of, again, we dropped stuff on him, so he's a little leany. But that's him. Then hopefully you can see I've got another snake plant up there I'm trying to get rid of. Then I've got this guy, I don't know if you can see him. He's a Dracaena of some sort. I believe I got him in my houseplant shop subscription. Then over here I've got another snake plant I'm trying to get rid of. Those guys are just up there to be out of the way, really. They get some medium light, I'd say. But yeah, that's my dining area. We don't have stools for our table yet, but I love it. Now last but not least is my office, and you're gonna have to cut me some slack. This is the messiest part of the house, and I'm constantly repotting in here, so I don't even clean up my dirt every time. But we'll come down here, and I've got this little polka dot from Taylor Greenhouse. I underwatered it once, so I pinched it back, and now all these, it'll focus. All these little growths are now coming out, so I'm just kind of letting him go. I should probably put him in a smaller pot, but I don't want to disturb him too much. Next to it is my elephant ear poly. This leaf is brand new. If you guys follow me on Instagram, a link in the description again, you'll see that this guy was really heavily damaged. I had to like tape him up. He was like an almost not survivor of my move, but I've got that brand new leaf and then this little growth down here that's doing really well. So I'm so excited for this guy because he's finally doing good again. Then if we go over here, I've got this guy. I'm not too sure what he is. And here's his tag. False Aralia. I don't love him, but like I've got him and he's finally doing well over here, so I'm gonna keep him. This is my rescue palm. I got him for like $1 at Lowe's because he was not doing well. And every time he seems to poke out a new leaf, it falls off. So I put him over here, and he hasn't died yet, so he can't be doing that bad, right? Yeah, he's just kind of here, staying alive, hopefully. And then we'll kind of show you the wall so you don't see the clutter. But this is a little bonsai I got from my boyfriend. He likes bonsais. It doesn't really look like a bonsai as far as I know, so if you've got care tips for this fella, let me know. But I got him at Home Depot, and he was labeled bonsai, so I'm hoping he'll be a bonsai. Then right here I've got my largest snake plant. I took a couple pups or whatever from him. and sold those on my Etsy shop. But he's doing good. He's poking out. I believe this one's new because I don't remember seeing such a light leaf amongst the others. Next to him is my zebra. I didn't know this was such a difficult plant when I got him, but he's finally doing well. You can see he dropped a bunch of bottom leaves when I didn't know what I was doing. Then up here, got my fiddle, poked out, I believe this, maybe it was this one, brand new leaf on that plant, and then on his second branch as well, which are the first leaves he's ever poked out for me, so I'm so excited. He's finally not in shock. And then this little succulent next to it, I'm not sure what it is, some sort of like jade or something, but he does well in this little, I believe it's a Target pot, so we just leave him. Now we're over top of my desk behind my laptop. I've got a little dandelion plant I am growing for my beardy. He's not doing well. This like lime twist, I believe is what it's called, or lemon twist or something like that. He's poking out all these new leaves up here that look kind of funny actually, but whatever, if he's happy, I'm happy. Then back here I've got these two that I'm selling. I just don't care for them. It's a tiger tooth aloe and some sort of cacti. I do not touch this cacti, it gets stuck. It's got like little curved pokies, needles or whatever. And I just don't love it at all. Then in my last haul video, you will have seen this beauty, the Othona capensis ruby necklace. Since I watered her, she has been doing phenomenal. Next to it is this, I believe it's a succulent. I'm not sure what it was, so I took to Reddit, and they told me it was a Kalanchoe langiflora. So let me know if you agree. His bottom leaves are very like knife-like, but the top ones are just kind of wide and roughly, so I honestly don't know. Next to it here is a bunch of little like pups from a cactus that just kind of went awry at my old place. I put them all in this little wooden guy and they're doing fine. Then just back here is a whole bunch of cactus and succulents that are either like cuttings of each other or I've just kind of got them. And I don't love them. Some of them I do, I guess. But they're kind of whatever. They're here to get some bright light and to stay out of the way. I've got this little tiny snake plant that I got when I was in Florida with my family. It's just so little, like, I mean, not even the size of my finger, and I have small fingers. So he's there, just on my speaker. Then next to it is my pineapple plant, which you saw in one of my replanting videos, and if you didn't, go check that out. I only have a couple of videos on my channel right now, so it won't be hard to find. He's my only pineapple plant. Next to all those succulent and cacti I mentioned is this little cutting that I took from a plant at my mom's campground. I'm not sure what it is or if it'll even like root, but I stuck them in a little pot of dirt and I'm hoping. Then I've got some dumb cane stalks propagating in these bags. I have no idea if it'll work. We're hoping. Another little succulent in an elephant. Here's that little bit of the, oh shoot, I can't remember what it's called, from the dining room that fell off, and I've put them in dirt, and these are a bunch of like palm seeds and caladium seeds or bulbs, and I'm just hoping. They're not, none of them are showing any promise so far, but I'm pretending that they're gonna grow. Then it's kind of cramped back here. This is where I replant everything, so it's kind of a mess, but we'll start down below. This is just a palm that's doing really well right there, so I stuck him there for now. I don't know what kind of palm it is, but I mean, it's getting some big leaves. Eventually it won't fit back there and I'll have to move it, but it gets like medium indirect light back there. Then if we go down to my dirt mess, I've got this polka dot plant, which put out some small leaves without bright spots. So I stuck him down here because I think maybe he was getting too bright of a light. I'm not sure. He hasn't grown since I moved him. I've got this silver thing. Oh, I can't remember what it is. Oh, it's a silver tree Pelea. So that's him. Just kind of chilling down here. I read that he needs like low light, or like way in direct light, so he's down here in my dirt mess, just chilling. Then I've got this, it's apparently a white butterfly, but I'm questioning arrowheads at this point. It's in this cute little wooden white pot, and he's just down here chilling. I rotate him every couple of days. That's the backside. I don't want him to get too stringy or weird up front. Then this is another Taylor greenhouse. This is my Coleus Bubles, or Bubbles. And all the new growths are super green, and I don't understand how to get them purple. So if you know how to get them purple, let me know in the comments below. This was originally 3 stalks, but I underwatered it and lost the 3rd. These ones are doing really well though. That's my perlite. Now we're gonna go up, and then we'll go back over. So this is the top of my bookshelf where all of my like cuttings that got too rooted for the water are now put in little plastic pots and are just like out of the way. I'm trying to sell them. I got a bunch of Arrowhead, Satin Pathos, regular Pothos. I've got some that are in jars and bottles back here. And then back here I've got my Marimo moss ball, just chilling. Usually there's not so many plants out front, but I did like a huge cutting party with all of my plants not that long ago, and like all at the same time, so they were all ready to root at the same time. This is some kind of, I believe it's like a Chinese palm or something like that. I got it when I was in Florida, and he seems to be doing good, so I just leave him here. And I've got a little, I'm not sure what it is, I think it's a caladium, but it popped up in one of my other plants, so I think he was just like in the dirt with something. And he's like doing fine, I guess. I'm not really sure how to take care of him, or what he is. If he's I honestly don't know. If you know what it is, let me know. But it did have 3 leaves, and then I think I underwatered. Sorry, my camera shut off or something, but I don't know how to take care of him. So, yeah. And more cuttings in water, and in dirt. I've got my lucky bamboo here in water. Again, more cuttings. Right here are my 2 alocasia and colocasia, the darker ones that I showed in my last plant haul video. This is just kind of where they're chilling for now. Then if we go up further, I've got this, I think it's like a Hoya rope. It came in this little thing with like a sponge down here. I took the sponge out and just let him root in the water. I'm not really sure how to get him to grow. He hasn't, and I've had him for at least 6 months, maybe even a year. Then I've got these little triangles throughout the place that I've got little cuttings in that are rooting, mostly Pothos and Arrowhead. Up here in this little glass bulb, I've got little spider babies growing. He is hanging from I believe this is a Maranta. He's just there because he's out of the way there. Then got a Philodendron up here. I just recently moved in last night. Up there, I believe I've got some sort of Hoya. Give me a second, I'll get on my chair so you can see. Alright, I had to take a break to charge my camera / phone. So we're going to continue. We left off here. While I was editing my video, I realized I did not get up here to show you these guys. So I'll just insert this little footage in here of these guys up here. This is a Hoya. Then a little Arrowhead. Yeah, I just wanted to show you these guys since I had forgotten. Here, I've got on this like red and orange stripe pot, I've got this guy, I want to say some sort of, what is it, like a Dracaena Margarita or something like that? I'm not sure. And then I've got this guy, I honestly don't love him, but I've had him for so long that he's grown on me. Some sort of like limelight, I believe. I got him at Lowe's. Then here you've got a couple more of my cuttings that I've planted. Some water, some cuttings in water. And then I've got this little Dashida ovata, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure if it's doing good. It's got this little tiny green thing right there. But other than that, it hasn't really changed. So, I don't know, I guess that's not a bad sign. So next we are moving on to my actual plant shelf. I'm going to give you a zoom out of it. It's this. We're going to start down here. I've got little cutting of one of my polka dot plants. I don't know if it's doing good or not. I don't have a clue. Little pup from one of my Sansevierias. Then this Peperomia Blonde seems to be doing good. It's put out a leaf. This is from my Taylor greenhouse haul. We move over and we see my coffee plant. It's been kind of droopy, but it's watered and it's getting adequate light, so I'm not sure. I've got another arrowhead cutting that I've planted, little cutting vase, and then this little, I believe it's like a splatter pink syngonium or something like that. Seems to be doing fine. This is a brand new leaf. I really like the little splattered pink bits. Here we've got some more, so I mentioned earlier that my one cutting kind of broke and moving. There's one of its bits. Here's a piece of my Sansevieria. Here's the other bit. Then up here we've got some more Fittonia. Then we go back here in the corner and I've got, I believe it's a Moonlight Sansevieria. It has not grown and I've had it about a year. It hasn't put out any pups, nothing. So I'm not really sure what's wrong with it, but that's that. And I keep them kind of back there. Then right here we've got my elephant ear. I am not quite sure what kind of elephant ear it is. This is a brand new leaf. But I'm going to have to take it out of the corner soon. He's getting kind of big for the corner. Since we've moved, he's put out 3 new leaves. Both of those big ones up here. And then I had to kind of pick this guy up. Or no, it's this one. I had to pick this one up because it was falling over. But he's doing good. Seems to love his life in this corner, so I don't know where I'm going to put him if I move him to give him similar situations. Over here on the wall, we've got a little Peperomia cutting and some more water propagations. Let's come back to the shelf. We've got, again, more water propagations. Then I've got my Monstera deliciosa right here. Look at this brand new leaf unfurling. It had 2 leaves when I got it. No, 3 leaves? I believe 3 leaves when I got it. And it's just thriving. Back here, we've got my black Peperomia Ripple, I believe is what it's called. In my last unboxing video, I showed this one off. We've got a Peperomia Obtrusive Variegated. This guy is phenomenal. He's back here because he gets some pretty bright light. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him there, though. I've got this little... So a top fell off one of my lucky bamboo, and I decided to try and root it. There we go. And it's doing good. Here's a new leaf. So, I don't know. That one's just kind of an experiment. More Fittonia. My little wooden... what is this? A bowl? And then we go back here, and I've got a Calathea. I'm not sure what kind it is. This is my little stick. Raciopictus, Princess Jessie. I think it's doing okay here. This is like one of the more humid places in my apartment. Yeah, I think he's doing okay. He's a little dirty. I could clean him off. Next to him, I've got this. I believe it's some sort of margarita. I'm not the drink, but the tree. But he is one of my more recent houseplant box plants. More water propagation, and then I've got this pretty little lady. Not getting enough humidity here right above the humidifier, so I'm not really sure what to do. It's a Calathea ornata. Yeah, I'm not really sure. If you have any recommendations for this guy, please let me know. I mean, he's next to this water jug. He's got a couple below him. He's got the humidifier right below him, but he's still got some crisping in the corners. No new growths. Oh, wait, if you go... Let me go in there. There's one right there. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Then up here on the top shelf, we've got a little string of turtles. Cutting my string of turtles is not doing very well, so I'm hoping this little cutting will do okay. These ones just like came off on their own when I was cleaning the parent plant last time, so I stuck them in some dirt. Got another Peperomia Ripple from my Taylor greenhouse, which is really cool. More cuttings behind it, water propagating. A piece of my aloe, little pups from my aloe back here. And then I've got my Monstera Adansonii. Again, you'll see that in my last plant haul video. starting to get a little browning. I don't know if that's new. I need to refill the humidifier. Some more Fittonia. Then I've got my purple waffle back here, but it is not doing okay. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So yeah, let me know if you have any tips for my purple waffle. I might have to just get rid of it. He's not thriving here. Up here we've got another polka dot plant. I got a cutting off of this guy. My string of turtles, which again, not doing super hot here, and I'm not sure what to do because I've had him for like 3 years with no problems. And then all of a sudden, now that I know what he is, he's starting to, I don't know, fall apart. And up here I've got a little Pathos, just a little cutting of one. Then we go up into what's hanging. I've got some sort of cactus up here. Let me know if you know what kind of cactus this is, because I'm not super sure. Another cactus up here, again, not super sure what it is. And then I believe this is like a Goldfish Succulent or something like that. I got this in my very first, or maybe it was my second Houseplant box subscription a while back, and he's grown like crazy. I recently hung him up and I'm really excited. And then over here I've got, I believe this is like a donkey's tail or something like that. Not thriving, not dying, not really sure what to do to get it to grow, but it's not dying, so that's good, right? And he's just hanging from the ceiling on this little string. Then we'll move down to the floor for the last couple of plants. I've got 2 arrowheads down here. I've got my berry one, my like pink, whatever they're called, pink one, and then this like dark green and purpley looking one. I believe it's a Maria. And I haven't taken any trimmings from it yet, but it's got so many new growths poking up through, and this is the first one to open up since I've moved. It's a little bothered here, but I think I may have dripped some like coffee or something on it, so that may be my bad. But yeah, this one looks so cool. It looks really green in the camera, but it's actually really dark and kind of purpley. I may be, I don't know, maybe giving it too much light, but that's not really something I can avoid here. Like, look at that. That's so purple. I'm so excited for this one to get huge and start trailing. For both of these, honestly. I've taken a couple of my pink cuttings and given them away and put them in the bottom because it started to look a little barren since the move. But yeah, so that's my office. So that is my houseplant tour as it currently is. I've got so many plans to like move plants and get rid of plants and replace plants and sell off a lot of those like cuttings that I've either got in water or in dirt if you're interested. Link in the description to the shop or the Etsy. Yeah, so that's my apartment. I've got so many plants. Last time I counted it was around 150, not including any of my cuttings or plants that are for sale. So I have no idea where I am since then because that was before the Taylor greenhouse and everything I've gotten since then. I'm probably upwards of like 200 now. I mean, I know this video is super long, but I haven't done a houseplant tour yet at all. So I wanted to give you like an in-depth of every plant I've got right now for us to move forward with. I can probably do shorter houseplant tours in the future, and now you kind of know what I have when I'm referring to plants and referring to areas of my house or my apartment. I've got, so all of the lighting that I get is south and west. Most of my windows are floor to ceiling or almost floor to ceiling and take up the entire wall. Right, so I'm in a corner apartment. Every room has massive windows. I get really bright light. So if you have any recommendations for any of the plants I mentioned, let me know what plant you're talking about and which room it's in because I have some multiples. And then also what you recommend given my lighting situation. There are the only low light places I have are the bathroom, which has no light and no plants. And then my hallway has like, because I have white walls, it's got like bounced light. But no windows in my hallway. So yeah, give me all your tips and let me know which of my plants is your favorite. The alocasias, calocasias, and arrowheads are probably mine. Or anything with like cool patterns. I love cool patterns and cool shapes, and I love, 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 love like trailing, hanging plants. So those are definitely my favorite, and I'm super excited for my veggie garden. But yeah, I just love my plants, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate knowing what kind of content you like. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments. And then if you want to see more of my videos, if you aren't already subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate that you subscribe and ring the bell so that you know when I'm posting new videos. I don't have much of a schedule currently because I'm just kind of new to the whole YouTube houseplant game. And I feel like right now I'm just trying to get out like an intro to my houseplants and to me, and trying to get everybody like familiar with each other, I guess, before I start doing like care videos and things like that. But yeah, let me know if there's anything specific you want to know about my houseplants, about me, about plants in general. I'd love to help you out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.